Very good afternoon. Thanks for joining us on NTA Channel 5 News at 1. I am Miriam Emekamadi. The 6 victims of the University of Abuja abduction Tuesday morning have been rescued. This followed a swift joint security operation which traced the kidnappers. Ilyasu Onotu Yakubu reports.
Freedom at last. But the last 72 hours have not been uhuru for the university dons and their loved ones. Thanks to the proactive efforts of the joint security agencies who gave the daredevil kidnappers a hot chase since the wee hours of Tuesday. The victims were rescued at about 6:55 Friday morning.
All the 6 abducted hostages were rescued unhurt jointly by all the security agencies. As you can see, they are in this particular facility where they are undergoing medical check and they will be handed over immediately to the Vice Chancellor.
The Vice Chancellor, Professor Abdurrashid Na'Allah, is full of praises for the swift response by security agencies and charged institutions of learning to do due diligence and provide solutions to the lingering national insecurity.
We must help to resolve the problem in Nigeria because this is fundamental, and that is our job as thinkers for the nation. We're happy. Everybody, students and staff, go about your normal work. Be happy that things are now behind us by the grace of God.
CP Babaji Sunday commended the vigilante and hunters who joined the rescue team in their local terrain to bring the success story to bear. Ilyasu Onotu Yakubu, NTA News.
Commuters on the Abuja-Kefi Expressway are breathing a sigh of relief as they have put behind them their worst traffic days. Tesomeri reports that the situation has eased off.
Government should not be blocking the road, or anybody or any government agency, the territory, the police, they should not be blocking the express road in search of any criminal, either Boko Haram, the kidnappers, whatever. Whenever they are looking for kidnappers, it's a work of intelligence. They should go out and begin to search for them, through intelligence, not be blocking the road. Because there is no criminal that will have an idea that we are looking for him by blocking the road, and they will see pass the same road. It is not possible. So the government should not be blocking the road. They should allow people to have a free movement.
Residents who expressed their pains also lamented the time loss to the gridlock experienced 2 days ago on the Nyanya Expressway. They are hopeful that some of the ongoing road projects will be completed soon, especially the Kaushi-Apo Road and other routes, so as to ease the gridlock always experienced on the road, which is the gateway into the nation's capital. The FCT Emergency Management Agency Joint Flood Stakeholders Assessment Team has opened up the road linking Galadimawa Road roundabout to airport for public use. This follows the offset of the rainy season for the year. Ilyasu Onotu Yakubu reports.
This is an annual routine the assessment team has had to undertake in the last couple of years, all targeted at mitigating the incessant loss of lives at the road corridor to flood disaster. The linking road has been designated a flood red flag spot during rainy season. As part of preventive measures against reoccurrence of experiences from the past years, the road was barricaded by the assessment team at the offset of the rains.
Barricading the road has we have achieved greatly and saved lives. You will recall that last year no life was lost in this location. This year, same thing, no life is lost.
Gully erosion spots sprung up at the site in the course of the rainy season, eating up shoulders of the road. However, the FCT Engineering Services assured that it will be taken care of as work resumes to elevate the road above flood level.
This slip road that we are on, the level is very low. We are working on raising the level of the road to the normal level of the terrain. And that will solve the problem.
As the rains end and the Harmattan season sets in, DG FEMA has this important advice for FCT residents.
Try as much as possible to keep a functional fire extinguisher, either in your house, in your offices, as well as in your own car. And we should always also install the smoke detectors.
He advised residents to always be cautious of disaster-prone situations around them and promptly report to managers for appropriate action. Ilyasu Onotu Yakubu, NTA News.
The challenges of land administration in the Federal Capital Territory are notorious, ranging from racketeering, double allocation, proliferation and backdating of layouts or title documents. These anomalies are of great concern to the FCT administration. Hence, it is making moves to correct them through a stakeholder conference organized by FCT Administration Legal Services Secretariat. Ifeanyi Ezumba reports.
The challenges are provoked both from within and without by land syndication, speculation, and deliberate subversion. FCTA Permanent Secretary Olushade Adeshola, represented by the Deputy Director, Investigation and Monitoring Unit, FCT Legal Services, Joseph Eriki, affirmed that they have taken a series of corrective steps through policies, executive orders, and regulatory enforcements to improve public opinions and protect public interest.
Once there's a verified layout and there are locations in that layout, it does not matter whether they are backdated or not, because people were giving those allocation papers and they got
computerization started with that. Because of that computerization, it took some time for the administration to look back at the organization of the area council.
The representative of the FCT Police Command, Barao Ilyasu, advised that zonal coordinators should be stopped from allocating land.
People should be enlightened on the doings of the FCDA, the line department.
Conference is the maiden edition of the Joint Stakeholders Conference on the activities of the Investigation and Monitoring Unit. The unit intends to consolidate on the strength and success of this edition. Izumba, NTA News.
The Federal Capital Territory National Youth Service, for its unbiased and comprehensive reportage, he gave the commendation. Bilal reports.
The National Youth Service Corps and the Nigerian Television Authority have enjoyed a long-time relationship over the years. NTA has always taken issues regarding NYSC as priority. This informed the visit of the NYSC delegation led by the FCT NYSC coordinator Suleiman Abdul to NTA Channel 5 Abuja.
In the area of information dissemination, we also want to appeal that whenever we call on the NTA in the dissemination of our activities, we expect a mutual cooperation and understanding amongst us. So far, everything has been going on very well. We are quite appreciative.
The General Manager, NTA Channel 5 Abuja, who expressed appreciation for the visit, assured them that his doors are open for collaboration.
But our mandate is for us to protect the integrity and the unity of this country. And I want to believe, and the NYSC is also on the same pedestal, dealing with the youths, because they are the futures of today, not of tomorrow. And I want to assure you that our doors are open, as you have rightly said, and wide open too, to cooperate and collaborate with you in all areas so that we can both achieve our corporate objectives and goals.
They all expressed gratitude to each other, hoping that the relationship already established between the two organizations will be sustained. Rosemary Moltelen Bilal, NTA News.
About 27 students from public and private secondary schools in the FCT are participating in the preliminary rounds of an essay writing competition, where winners are expected to represent the FCT at the 2021 National Art and Cultural Essay Writing Competition in Ekiti State. Hawa Gimba reports.
The selected students across private and secondary schools in the FCT who have written on the topic, Building Bridges for National Unity Within Our Cultural Diversity. These Director, Art and Culture, Grace Omotayo-Aware, say will help imbibe the spirit of oneness among younger generation.
We are one in Nigeria, but we have various and diverse cultures in Nigeria, and we are encouraging our youths as they are coming up that though we are diverse, we can be one if we choose to.
Whoever emerges as a winner in this competition, it should see beyond this competition. There are still young people, still have a great future ahead of them. So I want to see the person, seeing this success as a very good leap into a greater future.
Participating students and some of the teachers say they are looking forward to showing the writing skills on the topic they describe as arts.
I feel opportune because it's a very educating essay writing to really increase my writing skills.
Wow, I feel very, very happy and privileged to be in the final of this competition.
Students should always be serious with their studies and they should be willing to learn.
This is a competitive thing, and it is very common in education that you have to compete with each other. So my expectation is that, firstly, my prayer is that we are going to have the best from the FCT.
Well, I know they are all winners, so it will even be difficult to get the winner, but I wish them all the best.
The National Festival of Arts and Culture was initiated in 1970 to promote cultural integration for development of indigenous technology and creativity. Hawagimba, NTA News.
We'll take a short break now. When we return, NTA News continues. Stay with us.
Can I see your particulars, sir?
Officer, my particulars no dey here.
In that case, you'll have to come with me to the police station.
Officer, which levels? Where I for find you something make you take arrange your weekend.
What? Offense number 1, driving without particulars. Offense number 2, trying to bribe an officer of the law.
I won't harass Nigerians or take bribe. Change begins with me.
This message is brought to you by the National Orientation Agency in conjunction with the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
Thanks for staying. Figures from the Nigerian Center for Disease Control, NCDC, as at 4th November 2021 indicates 25 new cases of COVID-19 in the FCT. The number of confirmed cases stands at 23,344, while active cases now 2,048, and the number of discharged cases stands at 21,075, and 221 deaths have been recorded in the FCT. Education has both social and transformative services, as well as the bedrock for personal and national development. As Abetanimo Williams reports that in pursuit of this, the Association of Wives of FCT Traditional Rulers engaged rural women on basic reading and writing skills.
Research indicates that women outnumber men in the global society. But in spite of this, women are said to be victims of limited access to education. This prompted the rescue mission by the Association of Wives of FCT Traditional Rulers.
A lot of people that we partner with, then will be empowering our people for us. Especially, there are some communities now, like Kershi and Bagwalada, Abaji. You see them now, they are in the class now. That is where we flag up the literacy class and the empowerment.
C, D,
D, E, F.
Poverty alleviation amongst women is the mandate of this rural advocacy.
One of my students is giving testimony that dropped out from GSS 3. Today now she's a graduate.
Without education, we are doomed. Education will bring about development. Education will bring exposure. It will bring about peace and security. When you are educated, you'll be able to read your Quran, you'll be able to read your Bible, you'll be able to read whatever supportive, sustainable development project you have at hand.
35-year-old Blessing Fenu learned tailoring before now, but could not put to practice because of the cost implications.
When I heard about this, when they invite me, I came here and I saw what they are doing. I'm so happy.
What I saw here is very nice and it's very affordable for us to learn. And I'm very happy for what I just saw.
Organizers urged women and girls to prioritize education for rapid growth and development in rural areas. Asabetani Williams, NTA News.
And on business news today, the world experienced high cost of food items in the month of October, and the highest in 10 years. This was contained in the Food Price Index report of the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations. The Food Price Index, compiled by the UN agency, tracks international prices of the most globally traded food commodities in the month of October. Global food prices, according to survey, increased by 133.3 points in October, higher than the 129.2 recorded in September. The breakdown shows that cereal price index rose by 3.2%, with wheat jumping up, the highest since 2012. The UN agency said the price increase was driven by poor harvest and high demand for agricultural produce. For more on happenings in the world of business and economy and finance, let's join Serafina Okon-Umekwe.
Hello, many thanks for joining us on Business News. I am Serafina Okon-Umekwe. Let's start with boosting SME growth through SME accounts. First Bank of Nigeria has created first SME accounts to add to its product packages in support of small and medium-scale business owners by sustaining and expanding their businesses. Small and medium-scale enterprises anywhere in the world drives and sustain economic growth and development of nation building. It is against this backdrop that the First Bank of Nigeria has added to its brand's first SME account with the aim of helping entrepreneurs grow their businesses in Nigeria, as they also remain major contributor to employment opportunities. First SME account is First Bank of Nigeria leading SME initiative to support SMEs towards sustenance and expansion of their business. The account comes in two variants, First SME Classic and First SME Deluxe. Apart from SMEs, First SME account is also available to non-individual entities like limited liability companies, religious bodies, traders, and non-governmental organizations. The president of African Development Bank, Akewumi Adesina, says it is of utmost importance to put an end to desertification in Africa's Sahel and turning the region to green. He said these are the United Nations Global Climate Conference COP26 in Glasgow, Scotland. Rosemary Morteling reports.
The African Development Bank is a major partner in BOLD project, which involves building an 8,000-kilometer long and 15-kilometer wide stretch of trees, grassland, vegetation and plants across Sahel. He says it will restore degraded land and help inhabitants of Sahel produce food, create jobs and promote peace. The bank executive says his institution is connected to delivering several projects, including $2 billion for the Desert to Power program, which would deliver universal access to electricity to G5 Sahel countries of Niger, Chad, Mali, amongst others. A sum of $150 million has been approved for the said project, while $2 billion is being mobilized for digital climate advisory services. Rosemary Motenembila reporting for Business News.
In Hong Kong, global market shares have continued to hover at record highs in diverse currency markets as investors say they expect winding down of pandemic-era monetary stimulus in world's largest economy as the Federal Reserve Bank of America is set to announce the tempering of its $120 billion a month asset purchase program in its policy statement. Federal Reserve Bank officials are trying to maintain a balance between rising rates to ensure inflation is contained and gives the economy as much time as possible to restore jobs lost since the pandemic. Meanwhile, strong earnings supported shares in both Europe and North America, as moves in currency markets were muted on Thursday as the dollar kept within sight of its recent highs against the Japanese yen and euros. And now let's talk business in the Federal Capital Territory. Furniture business is gaining grounds in profit making as many have ventured into the business. Let's join Deborah Gazahi-Micah, who visited one of the workshops in Abuja.
John Clement, who has been in furniture business for 22 years, says currently he is having 20 apprentices under him, expressing concern over the cost of raw materials.
People are patronizing because every household uses furniture. And there's no house you go that you wouldn't see furniture. So furniture is really a thriving business. Just of recent, the cost of materials are very, 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 very high now. Very, very high. Very high. When we mean very high. Since we were buying like 5,000, now we are buying about 20-something thousand naira. So it's making us, whenever customers come to purchase or to get their household equipment, when you tell them price, it becomes very difficult for us to come to a compromise. Furniture is actually paying, very lucrative.
He says his desire is to beautify every home, despite the fact that prices of materials are high, making the business too slow. Many say furniture business should be encouraged to avoid importation of foreign ones. Deborah Gazaji-Micah reporting for Business News.
To some, chicken business is an age-long business for people advanced in age. But now, the business has gone beyond that, as a lot of young people are into it because it is quite lucrative. Our business correspondent, Deborah Gazaji-Michael, tells us more.
Yahaya Kasim says he smiles to the bank every week to deposit the money he makes from selling live chicken in the market. He describes the business as a lucrative one, making 50,000 naira quarterly.
The challenge being in this business, their feed now is too expensive. The accommodation, there's maize and everything is too expensive. Before this one, we used to buy it 1,800. One now at wholesales 2,400.
A buyer laments the sudden increase in the prices of chickens.
Chicken is too expensive. It's not like before. Before we used to buy this one 1,500, 1,400, but now it's 2,300, 2,500, 2,700. 3,000. It depends how the chicken big. It's too expensive.
Chicken business, they say, does not require too much startup capital. Deborah Gazaji-Micah reporting for Business News.
That's too much we can take on business news. Up next is Sports Brief. Many thanks for staying with us. I am Serafina Okun Omekwe.
And in the world of sports, let's join Ahmed Abdul Razak for Sports Brief.
Minister of Youth and Sports Development, Sunday Dare, has fulfilled his financial pledge to the athletes in the Tokyo 2020 Paralympic Games. The athletes who won gold medal were rewarded $10,000 each, while those who won silver and bronze medal got $8,000 and $7,000 respectively. Meanwhile, N'Golo Kante and Kingsley Coman were recalled to the France court by coach Didier Deschamps as the World Cup holder aimed to secure the place at the 2022 finals in Qatar in qualifying matches against Kazakhstan and Finland this month. RB Leipzig coach Jesse Marsch has accused the referee of showing PSG superstars too much respect and his player not enough during the 2-2 draw at home in the Champions League. More so, France winger Ousmane Dembele has been struck by injury again in his first match for Barcelona since returning from a 5-month absence. Dembele suffered a thigh injury in Barca-1 win away at Dynamo Kyiv in Champions League on Tuesday. With Sports Brief, Ahmad Abdurazak, NTA News.
And just before we go, do remember to take COVID-19 vaccine and continue to stay safe. That's the news. We thank you for watching. Good afternoon.